We have to be allocated like everywhere, to respond everywhere.
Paramedic and security officers stationed on the Jamarat Bridge are confronted by a sea of humanity. They can only hope the newly built megastructure achieves its purpose, so they won't be faced with a crisis. This $1.2 billion multi-level bridge was designed specifically for this section of the Hajj. Pilgrims are channeled into various floors and along wide corridors towards the three pillars representing the devil. The bridge's sides are elliptical, curved to ensure the crowd movement is constant. By mid-morning, the platforms are packed, the desert temperature now over 40 degrees. Matthew, a recent convert to Islam, enters the fray, stoning three tall pillars in a symbolic rejection of evil and sin. The right mimics the 3 times the Prophet Ibrahim rejected the devil, who attempted to dissuade the Prophet from sacrificing his son, as God had commanded. Emotion takes over. The pillars, the focus of all frustration and regret in their lives. The sound of thousands of stones striking fills the air. With each minute, the crowd grows. Inside the crowd control center, Dr. Al-Ibedin and Dr. Johansson monitor the situation.
As we can see here, so far today about 1.2 million has already performed the stoning. So it's more than 1/3, I guess, already. But now we can see that we had a quite smooth flow for a long time, but now we see it's starting to peak now. So now is the critical hour.
On the lower floor of the bridge, crowd density is peaking. If the crowd gets too big, the pilgrims will have no control over the direction in which they move. If this happens, they could be crushed.
Dear brothers and sisters, you must leave Jamarat immediately after stoning.
Dr. Al-Eid is called into action.
To a recheck for our centers, and the supply units are arriving now to make sure they will arrive safely.
He takes nothing for granted. It was at this point in 2006 when he was confronted with over 300 dead pilgrims. His ambulances are scattered across the bridge. It's nearly impossible to move. All day, ambulances struggle to get medical supplies across the bridge. They force their way past the crowds. Dr. Al-Eid keeps constant watch. Meanwhile, unprecedented numbers flow across the bridge. The new system is not only working, it's exceeding expectations.
So at this very moment it's about 100,000 pilgrims per hour flowing into the Jamarat Bridge on the upper level.
We have never had a figure like this before. And I think this is more than what we have anticipated, and we have no problem with it, and we see a very good cooperation.
By late afternoon, there have been no fatalities on the bridge. The Red Crescent team has faced nothing more than minor injuries. The ranks of security and emergency services have stood firm. Today, science has served the needs of Islam's greatest gathering.
Yeah, I'm quite happy now. So it's still beyond the capacity, and we have some. We can pump some more pilgrims, and we'll still be safe. So, yeah.
With their stoning complete, Matthew and his fellow pilgrims will now make their way back to Mecca, where their journey began.
We are pleased with the situation till now. We are happy, and we hope with the God help that it continue like this.